One last test. Looks like we're fairly well situated, so we can at least start to make some headway here on our Scholarship and Completer Assembly. Good morning, and thank you for coming to Mina High School and to our Performing Arts Center. We are here this morning as a senior-oriented celebration. So we are looking at honoring scholarship recipients, those who have completed particular fields of interest and study. We're also going to do some certificates and other various awards. Most of these are cumulative awards. Most of these are not something that the students did the last day, the last week, the last month, the last year. Okay? These are cumulative awards from 3 to 4 years' work. Okay, so this is kind of a wrap up for all of that hard work that those students have done here at Mina High School over the last 4 years. I'll kind of give you a brief outline. The program changes day to day, minute by minute, especially on the day of the program. We're going to start with scholarship recipients first. Then we're going to have scholarship video. We're also going to do honor stoles, top 8 seniors, NHS and NEHS cords, presidential education awards, and then we will do the plethora of completers that you see seated in this particular third of the auditorium. Okay, so that's kind of the brief agenda. So we'll start with scholarships. So first up to the podium from University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain, Wendy McDaniel and Mary Standifer.
We appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning to present scholarship to the Mina High School graduating class of 2021. We do want to say that this graduating class picked up 44% of our scholarships at UA Rich Mountain, so we are very excited for the opportunity to be able to present all these scholarships, and we do have several, so please bear with us. And wanted to say thank you for the students for applying because you worked hard, and we have several academic as well as foundation scholarships to give out. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and if you do not mind, if you all will line up after Miss Wendy gives you your certificate, we would like to get a picture before you get off the stage. Okay, so we're going to start with our Board of Visitor Scholarship at UA Rich Mountain. It's an academic scholarship, and the 2-year value of this scholarship is $6,480, and we're going to start with Miss J.C. Allen. Corey Hilton. London Copeland. Madison Blair. Madison Guns. Sierra Lance. Okay, next we're going to start with the foundation scholarships. We have several endowed scholarships at UA Rich Mountain, and the first one we're going to present is the 40-year Club Endowed Scholarship. This is a 2-year scholarship with a value of $2,000, and your first recipient for this one is Mary Wagner. your next recipient will be Lauren Sykes. Next, we have the Bill Abernathy Family Endowed Scholarship. It is a $1,000 scholarship, and it goes this year to Allie Wright. Okay, and the John and Lily Faulkner Endowed Scholarship recipient this year for a $1,000 scholarship is Aiden Ludwig. Next, we have the Dr. Ello Nixon Endowed Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and this year's recipient is Levi McIntyre. Okay, we have the Carol and Louise Davis Endowed Scholarship, and this year's recipient, this is a $2,000 scholarship for 2 years, and it goes to Gabriel Betts. Next, we have a $1,000 scholarship for Gerald and Rachel Beaufort Endowed Scholarship, and the recipient is Brianna Ames. Okay, next we have designated scholarship for the Dr. John Lamb Memorial Scholarship for $1,900, and that goes to Madison Gunn. Okay, we have 3 Mina School Endowed Scholarships that we have to give away today. We're very happy to have this scholarship and appreciate the Mina School Endowment Group that set up these scholarships. So the first recipient is Miss Hope Carmack. Next, we have Abigail McConnell. And Zoe McPherson. I told y'all we had a bunch of them. Okay, the next 2 scholarships are Max H. Pearson Foundation Endowed Scholarships in the value of $3,000, and the first recipient is Michaela Lyle. Next, Morgan Puckett. Okay, last but not least, we have the Dell Rogers Family Endowed Scholarship for $1,000 for Andrea Mackler. she's walking up, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Wander back to their designated period. All right, up next with the Shelter Insurance Scholarship, Ms. Talissa Montgomery.
This year, I'm pleased to present the Shelter Insurance Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 to Coy House.
All right, up next to present the Washita Arts and Crafts Scholarship, Ms. Stephanie Porter.
It is my honor to be able to present the Washita Arts and Crafts Guild Art Scholarship to of $500, to Archer Pierce and Gray Goforth.
All right, next on the list from the University of Central Arkansas, Bfi.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jessie Van Ness. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of Central Arkansas, and today I'm here to recognize 6 outstanding seniors who are receiving academic scholarships to UCA. If the recipients want to line up on stage, I'd love to snap a picture afterwards. So this first scholarship is our Future Leaders Scholarship. This has a potential value of $6,000 over 4 years, and this goes to Cooper Anderley. This next scholarship is our University Scholarship. This has a potential value of $18,000 over 4 years, and this goes to Gavin Hooper. Also receiving our University Scholarship, Zoe McPherson. Next up is our Achievement Scholarship. This is a potential value of $26,000 over 4 years, and this goes to Madison Blair. Also receiving our Achievement Scholarship, Summer Lore. Okay, last up is our Distinguished Scholarship. This is our top academic scholarship that we offer at UCA. I would like to say that only 75 incoming freshmen have been awarded this, so it's kind of a big deal. It's valued at $34,000 over 4 years, and this goes to Leilani Day.
All right, from the Emanuel County Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Pilar Fowler.
Good morning. I'm Pilar Fowler, President of the Mina County Chamber of Commerce, and it is an honor to be here among our Mina High School educators, students, and graduating class of 2021. This $1,000 scholarship recognizes accomplishments and excellence in academics, vocation, and community involvement. I would like to congratulate Tabitha Levering on being selected as the recipient of the 2021 Mina County Chamber of Commerce Foundation Scholarship.
All right, from Remax Realty to present the Emanuel State Board of Realtors Scholarship, Ms. Bridget Atkins and Ms. Dee Dee Alston.
Good morning and congratulations to all of the 2021 seniors. Dee Dee and I would like to present the Mina Area Board of Realtors Scholarship. We actually have 2 recipients this year. Each of our agents at REMAX give a portion of every transaction to the scholarship fund. This year, Madison Blair will be receiving one of the scholarships. Right. Thank you.
present. Every year, I'd like to give out a scholarship in my mother's name. And I kind of give a standard line of, she was an educator. She spent most of her educating life here in Polk County, Mina Public Schools and Hatfield Public Schools. And most of the time we go through the fact that she was at LD for a while, that she was Hatfield Elementary principal for a while. And that's kind of the standard line that I go through every year. But I thought this year I'd do something a little different. My mother was a first-generation college student and was not close in her family. She was the first one to go to college. And when she went to college, she decided she wanted to be a home ec major. And I kind of think that some of that stemmed from the fact that my grandmother was the epitome of home ec. And she was brilliant around the house. She was brilliant as a mother. And I think that my mother wanted to emulate that. There was just one problem when she got to tech, that she wasn't very good at it. And so she waited for years to tell me this part of the story. The linchpin in the grand story of my mother deciding that early education was for her was the fact that she failed chemistry. Which is a little ironic since that's what I teach now. So she waited a really long time before she wanted to open up about that particular life detail, and understandably so, of course. But that decision, that part of her life led her down where she was meant to go. She became an early education teacher. She was at Saratoga, then Louise, then Hatfield Elementary. She went on to get her master's. She went on to get her specialist. She went on to get her doctorate. She never stopped learning after she failed chemistry, of course. And that was probably a reminder that we had many, many times over the years. The recipient of this scholarship, I try to give out a couple every year. It's really not an application process, it's an observation process throughout the year. This year, I'm awarding the scholarship to David McDonald. All right, so the next one is the Kathy Berger Memorial Scholarship. Kathy was a Mina High School graduate. She eventually found her way back here as the principal secretary. She was also my mother-in-law, and so we kind of give it looks like it's. The line for her was always, she's the first one to pat you on the back, and she's the first one to yell at you when you do something wrong. Okay, so that feisty spunkiness, we wanted to kind of look for a student that embodies that. And I kind of think over the last couple of years that we've understood a lot more of what Kathy did, especially behind the scenes. So this year, we got together and decided that we would give the scholarship to Cheyenne. To award the JAG scholarships, Ms. Karen Purvis.
It is my honor to give away 2 scholarships for the local JAG. Other 2 outstanding students, Morgan Puckett and Leilani Day.
All right, from Ouachita Baptist University, Mr. Caleb Knight.
Better late than never. Slid in here. I was standing at the back and I was looking. I actually walked down this hallway out here looking for the door to backstage. I was like, I'm 30 years old. I'm wandering through the high school hallway. I'm gonna get kicked out of Mina before I ever even figure out where I'm supposed to go. So, thankfully, I found the side door over here. So, a couple of guys coming to watch us all this fall, and we're excited to have them both in the classroom and on the field a little bit. The first is Sam Eford, and Sam's getting the Opportunity Award, and as well as a Legacy Award, which totaled $24,000 over his 4 years. We'll go here. I fumbled that. I'm really sorry. You went for a handshake, and I'm going to try and swap for you. So, and we Sam, stand up here, bro. Your mom is going to be so mad at me if we miss out on a photo op. All right, so, and then we got Coy House. Coy, come on up, brother. Is getting an academic award, the Founders Scholarship, as well as an athletic grant totaling $100,000 over 4 years. So we want some tackles out of that.
Alright, so next is the stacker portion of our assembly. She is going to distribute the Knights of Columbus, along with the Hatfield Lions Club Scholarship, the Bearcat Foundation Scholarship, and introduce the scholarship video. So we'll welcome her, Ms. Contact.
The assembly was open to seniors only, but I'm glad that everyone got to come today because you can see how many scholarship opportunities you can have if you will apply for them. So please apply for scholarships next year, juniors, and be keeping up with all of your extracurricular activities, your grades, your ACT scores, so that you will have a nice application packet when you apply. Take advantage of those. Will Ivy, Curtis, and Cooper Anderling please come to the stage? To brag on these two for just a second. Ivy and Cooper, you guys will stand over here. They have both managed to earn an associate's degree while completing their high school education. They graduated from University of Arkansas Rich Mountain last week and high school this week. They both work full-time. They are FFA officers and maintain high and distinguished honors. Ivy is accepted into the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program at UFIS, and Cooper is accepted into the School of Business at the U of A. They both have scholarships to these respective colleges, and we're very proud of you. Congratulations. The next scholarship bracket to present is the Lions Club Scholarship worth $1,000, $500 each semester to Emily Wagner. Then the Knights of Columbus Scholarship, $1,000 each to Emily Wagner and Cooper Anderley. Give them another hand. The Bfi Scholarship was awarded at the athletic banquet, but we do want to recognize those students today. So I don't have their certificate, they already got that, but $2,000 each to Madison Blair and Allie Wright, if you guys are standing. I'll just go ahead and tell a little about that. The Bearcat Foundation has gifted over $450,000 to Mina High School since 2007. A very important part of their mission is to provide a scholarship for students at Mina High School, and today they're happy to present the Bfi Scholarship for the 10th year. Athletes, make sure you apply for the scholarship next year, $2,000, and it's $1,000 a year for 2 years, so congratulations, Charles. This year we're doing the scholarship presentation a little differently. Mr. Philpot made a wonderful slideshow. I got to see it earlier, and it's really good, of the scholarship recipients. Mr. Philpot, thank you for making that. Scholarship offerings totaled over $2 million for 2021 seniors. Seniors, if you were offered a scholarship, will you please stand so that we can recognize you before the slideshow begins?
Cruising right along. We're going to recognize our seniors that have achieved honors, high honors, and distinguished honors. So they will be rewarded with a stole. And we're going to go in groups. Okay, so we're going to start at the top with the distinguished honors. And so we're going to bring you guys up. We're going to put your stole on you. We need a group photo for that. Okay, so you need to hang around. Then we'll move on to the high honors. All right, so let's talk about the distinguished honors for just a second. This is an 8th semester award. A minimum GPA of 3.92. And let's say that again. 3.92. Okay, so there's not going to be a whole lot in this category, because that's a very lofty number. To go along with that, we have to have designated courses. Okay, so we have to be challenged. We have to take a little more rigorous course set to achieve distinguished honors. All right, without further ado, this will be in alphabetical order. Come up, get your stole, hang around for a group photo. First up, Madison Blair. London Copeland. Abby Curtis. Sierra Lance. Tabitha Levering. Summer Laurel. David McDonald. And Emily White. All right, thank you. Return your seat. Your designated seat. While they're making their way back toward their seats, the next group is high honors. Okay, so high honors, again, this is an 8th semester award. Minimum GPA of 3.76. Okay, still very impressive. We also have to have designated courses, and specifically 4 core classes during your senior year. All right, let's start this list. Brenna Ains. Cooper Anderley. Shelly Head. Andy Mackler. Corey Gabriel. Allie Wright. All right, one more round of applause. And high honor graduate. Our next group is our honors group. And some of the requirements to be an honors graduate is a minimum of 3.25 as GPA, 19 on the ACT, and certain semester or certain courses based especially in core classes. I don't need to go through those now. This list is going to be pretty lengthy, so we might have to squeeze together on stage, find a way to get a picture. Start off with J.C. Allen. Eddie Baker. Brittany Beatty. Gabe Betts. Maddie Burchard. Chris Bowman. Mason Brotherton. Blake Castor. Elizabeth Cecilio. Andrew Davis. Devin Davis. Leilani Day. Philip Erickson. Logan Fairless. Jacob Clemens. Caleb Guillory. Maddie Gunn. Corey Hilton. Gavin Hooper. Haley Hooper. Esmeralda Johnson. Kylie Johnson. Stephanie Lewis. Aiden Ludwig. Gracie Lyle. Allie Martin. Levi McIntyre. Zoe McPherson. Helena Metcalf. Max Montgomery. Marissa Ortiz. Madison Parnell. Morgan Puckett. Lauren Sykes. Chantal Sims. And Cameron Twiller. Looks like it's going to have to be panoramic for that photo. That's kind of the way we like it that way. One more round of applause. All right, you guys back to your seats. Distinguished graduates, I need you back up for just a second. We need a second photo op. So distinguished honors, first group, I need you back up here. Quickly if possible. Eugene Alley Right. Eugene Alley Right. Please come front, sir. Go in. All right, while they're filing back their seats, how about one more round of applause for all of our honor graduates this year. You know, I opened, but this is a cumulative award ceremony. And there's nothing more cumulative in high school than all 8 semesters. And all of those honor graduates have had to put in all of those 8 semesters. Right. Next up, we're going to bring the Mr. Andy Philpot to the stage. The Mr. Andy Philpot,
Good morning, everyone. It is my honor, as it is each year that I have been the yearbook advisor, to announce and distribute the top 8 senior plaques. Now, being part of the yearbook staff is an honor for myself, and I just want to tip my hat to this year's yearbook staff, because you can reflect back at this, guys. When we came back to school on August the 24th, we did not know what to expect. We gathered up as a yearbook staff, and we knew that we needed to make the most of every single day and every single event and load up on as many pictures as possible, because we didn't know what May was going to be. May was just an idea. Now here we are. And the staff did a phenomenal job this year, led by our editor, Allie Martin. If you have not picked up a copy of the yearbook or looked at it, every year's yearbook is part of history, but I genuinely feel like this year's yearbook is going to be one of the most historical yearbooks in all of Mina High School's history. So, tip the hat to the staff. Thank you all to the students and all the staff, guys. It has been a phenomenal year. We are so grateful for all the events and everything that got to take place this year. But part of the process of the yearbook is, and it's been an ongoing tradition, is to have a top 8 senior award. Now, this tradition, a little bit of history, it began back in 1991. So this is the 31st year of the top 8 seniors taking place. Now, if you look back in the 1991 yearbook, one of the original top 8 seniors is our very own Shane Torres. So he was voted in as the top 8 senior back as part of the first group. Now, this award, it goes so far beyond academics. And as Mr. Rowland has said, that it is not just one good year. It is not just a phenomenal senior year. It's more of a high school lifetime achievement award. The voting is always very tight. It is voted on by all the faculty and staff. And also, I'm going to piggyback on what Mr. Rowland said. This is like an observation thing. It is so much more than just like if you were to fill an application out. It is day-to-day things. So now in its 31st year at Mina High School, the tradition of the faculty voting on top 8 seniors goes beyond numbers and academics. This is a recognition of a variety of traits and criteria. And some of those things that we encourage the teachers to think about when they're voting include the following. How a student serves as an ambassador to represent the school and themselves well on and off campus and into the community. The student's leadership, good character, strong work ethic, maturity, kindness, positive impact. Have they created a path for themselves through their high school journey that will take them in the right direction for further education and careers? And have they made the most of the education they have received at Mina High School, both in and out of the classroom, because so much of high school goes beyond the classroom. But based on the faculty vote this year, this was already announced at the yearbook distribution assembly, but the plaques are here. And so Allie is going to pass these out. So when I call your name, if you would come on up, grab your plaque, and hold tight, because Lexi is going to grab a photo of you. Your top 8 seniors for the class of 2021, based on faculty vote, are the following. Cooper Anderley. Madison Blair. Blake Casper. Ivy Curtis. Leilani Day. Gracie Lyle. Morgan Puckett. And Allie Wright. Congratulations to this top eight seniors based on faculty vote. Again, this goes so far beyond GPA. That will be released in a video in the next couple of weeks as far as top 10 GPAs. But recognition to these seniors, but guys, everyone in this room, congratulations on enduring what will go down hopefully as one of the most unique and unusual school years in history, but the educational experiences that you gained this year go so far beyond the academics. So thank you very much.
and start to make some headway in this stack of papers here. Our next set of awards is an ACT 30 plus. This was started back in the 90s with a plaque that got moved into that inner hallway as you walk in the building, past the Bearcat Inn. And basically it was an enticement that your name would live there forever if you could manage to get a 30 plus as a composite on the ACT. I've got the names of two seniors who have a 30 plus composite. If they will stand and receive their applause, Jack Hunter, Blake Castor. If we have any underclassmen, I know of a few, but I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth just yet. I'm sure that'll come later. If we have any underclassmen that have a 30 plus composite that are in the room this evening or this morning, go ahead and stand for us. Thank you. All right, so next we're going to do National Honor Society stoles. So Mr. Maxwell, I'll need your services. Call you up, this is seniors, so I'll call you up, gather up your stoles, add that to your collection. Okay, and then we'll take a little group photo again. And same MO. Casey Allen. Cooper Anderson. Britta Haynes. So hard to say you. Madison Burchard. Madison Blair. Walt Cormack. Blake Castor. London Copeland. Ivy Curtis. Leilani Day. McCory Gabriel. Caleb Guillory. Shout ahead. Brianna Hendricks. Corey Hilton. Coy House. Tabitha Levering. Summer Bowen. Stephanie Lewin. Gracie Lyle. Allie Martin. Debbie McDonald. Max Montgomery. And Emily White. Also, if you got a new stole, like before Saturday, I need you to take the tag off. Okay? Yeah, take the tag off. Don't go to graduation with a tag on your stole. Okay? You guys can change your seats there. Next up, I'll lay a file back. Mr. Neufeld to read off for National English Honor Society seniors.
Okay, here we go. These are our senior graduates from the National English Honor Society. I will miss you all. Cooper Anderley. Annie Baker. Madison Blair. Blake Castor. Ivy Curtis. Gray Goforth. Caleb Guillory. Shiley Head. Corey Hilton. Haley Hooper. Jackson Hughes. Esmeralda Johnson. Sierra Lance. Allie Martin. Abby McConnell. And Marissa Ortiz.
We're dismissed. All right, next up on the agenda, we're going to do Presidential Education Awards. As a basic, as a minimum for this particular award, senior-wise, a 3.25 GPA. Recipients will get a certificate and a pen. Okay? You notice that you are hearing an abundance of repeats, but that's what we like. J.C. Allen. Cooper Anderley. Brett Ames. Brittany Beatty. Gabe Betts. Madison Blair. Chris Bohlmeyer. Mason Brotherton. Hope Carmack. Blake Castor. Elizabeth Cecilio. Evan Clark. London Copeland. Samuel Creason. Abby Curtis. Andrew Davis. Devin Davis. Leilani Day. Jesse Izet. Logan Fairless. Jacob Lemons. Corey Gabriel. Caleb Guillory. Maddie Gunn. Shot ahead. Jitsai Hernandez. Corey Hilton. Gavin Hooper. Haley Hooper. Amy Hooper. Coy House. Esmeralda Johnson. Kylie Johnson. Lisa Dawkins. Ciara Lance. Tabitha Levering. Summer Lawrence. Stephanie Lua. Aiden Ludwig. Gracie Lyle. Andrea Mackler. Allie Martin. Cameron McCauley. David McDonald. Levi McIntyre. Zoe McPherson. Montgomery. Kylie Moody. Philip Erickson. Marissa Ortiz. Madison Parnell. Morgan Puckett. Lauren Sykes. Smith. Hannah Stockton. Cameron Terwilliger. Louis Van Kesterson. Richard Butler. Emily Wagner. Allie Wright. All right, as we get all situated with this, kind of get this tied up, take a minute to stretch here, we're getting ready to head into the completer portion speed round of the awards assembly. All right, so just get ready. All right, one more round of applause. We'll use this as intermission time for just a minute. Kind of stretch, refocus. I missed one of the 30 plus ACTers, so we need to recognize Mr. David Donald. Now continue to stretch while we get ready for the completer portion, the speed round of this award season. Alright, so we'll move into the completer phase. Alright, so I'm going to kind of go through what a completer is, and we will relive the ghost of Miss Lindsay past, and I'll see if I can kind of pare it down just a shade. Let's see. And so what is a completer? Why are we celebrating this completer status? Okay, so this is a senior that's completed a minimum of 6 semesters of credit, including the core required courses called foundation courses, in a career and technical education program of study, and graduates from high school. Pretty key point there. The student will be recognized as completers today and have completed a prescribed list of courses in that same area: agriculture education, business and marketing education, family consumer science departments, as well as career center at the area which found. Reaching this status shows that a student has the foresight to make a plan in his or her first or second year of high school, and then the determination to follow that plan to its conclusion. As you'll see, many of our students are completers in several programs of study, and some are completers in more than one department. Okay, this demonstrates the versatility that will serve them well in the future. Okay, so that's page 104, so just buckle up for a second here. The CTE department will also be recognizing students from all grades who have earned certification in at least one area. These students have passed an industry standard test, okay, one not geared towards students but to the general public. And recognizing students who have earned Microsoft Office Specialist certification in Word, Excel, Access, or PowerPoint, Child Care, Certified Teaching Assistant, Parapro, CPR, ACT National Career Readiness, JAG Mastery, and OSHA 10. Lots of categories. You will see that many of them have passed more than one certification exam in more than one area. Okay, so I'm going to kind of skip the part that goes through the individual ones. Okay. So Mina High School is going to be proud to recognize these students for the many accomplishments. Congratulations. Now, to the important part, as the students who are completers who have earned certifications, line up to my left and hand me your card as you get to the podium. I'll read your accomplishments and then you'll be presented next. So first two rows, you're up. Cooper Anderley, leader Animal Systems, Natural Resources, Environmental Service Systems. Brenna Ames, JAG, Certificate of Mastery, Family Consumer Sciences, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Madison Blair, Child Care Guidance, Management Services, Pre-Educator. Child Care Teacher, Teaching Assistant, Education Paraprofessional, Student Infant and Child CPR. Hope Carmack, Family Consumer Sciences, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Chris Ballmeyer, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. All right, so for the rest of your students, you see the assembly line that we have created here. Okay, so you hand me your card, and then you will walk towards the assembly line and gather your wares. Mason Brunson, Family Consumer Sciences, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Blake Castor, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Platinum. Elizabeth Cecilio, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Child Care Guidance, Management Services, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver, Child Care Teacher, Infant and Child CPR. David Clark, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agriculture Power, Structural, and Technical Systems. Brendan Copeland, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Abby Curtis, Agriculture Power, Structural, and Technical Systems, Natural Resources, Environmental. Devin Davis, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Social Media and Communications, Career Readiness Certificate, Platinum. Leilani Hallday, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word, Teaching Assistant, Education, Paraprofessional. Sam Eford, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze, Infant and Child CPR. Bryce Fairless, JAG Certificate of Mastery. Logan Fairless, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agriculture Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Jake Clemens, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Civil. Corey Gabriel, Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Animal Systems, Medical Office and Certified Nursing Assistant, Phlebotomy. Eddie Gibbs, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Riley Gilbert, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Samuel Griffin, Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Art Welding 1 and 2. Ken Gilreath, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. I don't see umpiring. I don't see umpiring. Did they not give you one for? Oh, Liam Hasty, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Shelley Head, Natural Resources, Environmental Services. Jitsa Hernandez, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Corey Hilton, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Animal Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Platinum. Haley Hooper, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Vivi Hooper, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Coy House, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Jackson Hughes, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Trinity Ham, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze, Infant and Child CPR. Esmeralda Johnson, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. C.R. Lance, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Tabitha Levering, Family and Consumer Sciences, Pre-Educator, Infant and Child CPR. Hope along the line. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Animal Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Kelly Lowe, Family and Consumer Sciences. Stephanie Lua, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word. Gracie Lyle, JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Andy Mackler, Family and Consumer Sciences, Medical Office and Certified Nursing Assistant. Tyler Martin. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. David McDonald. Agricultural Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Animal Systems. Helena Metcalf. JAG Certificate of Mastery. Max Montgomery. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Madison Parnell. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Morgan Puckett. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Monty Short. Agriculture Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Arc Welding 1 and 2. Warren Sykes. Family and Consumer Sciences, Child Care Guidance, Management and Services, Pre-Educator, Teaching Assistant, Education Paraprofessional, Career Readiness Certificate Gold, Child Care Teacher. Hannah Stockton. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Child Care Guidance, Management and Services, Career Readiness Certificate Silver, Child Care Teacher. Cameron Zwilliger. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate Silver. Corey Tyler. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Career Readiness Certificate Silver. Leticia Vasquez. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Career Readiness Certificate, Bronze. Kimberly Wyman. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Family and Consumer Sciences, Pre-Educator, Career Readiness Certificate Gold, Teaching Assistant, and Education Paraprofessional. Jake Wiles. JAG Certificate of Mastery, Agriculture, Power, Structural and Technical Systems, Natural Resources, Environmental Service Systems, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. All right. Medical Office and Certified Nursing Assistant, and phlebotomy. All right, so that is going to be the cutoff for our completer portion. Let's go ahead and give them one more round of applause. But we did just the certifications. Lenny Elshire, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Jackson Baber, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Travis Beck, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Jameson Baird, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. William Davis, Career Readiness Certificate, Gold. Bibi Denton, OSHA 10. Haley Emerson, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Jessica Garcia, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Ron G, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Kirsten G, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word. Bethany Godwin, OSHA 10. Sarah Grenier, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and the elusive Access. Is the T silent before I make a fool of myself? Abear? Blake Abear, OSHA 10. Sarah Cannon, Infant and Child CPR. James Henry, OSHA 10. Danielle Hill, Infant and Child CPR. Amy Hines, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Aslan Jackson, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word. Ellen Leonard, Infant and Child CPR, Microsoft Office Specialist, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Chloe Massey, Infant and Child CPR. Sally Massey, Microsoft Office Specialist, Excel, Trey Miller, Career Readiness Certificate. Max Medlin, Microsoft Office Specialist PowerPoint and Excel. Ali Albert, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Liviana Ortiz, Infant and Child CPR. Nicole Philpot, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Eric Pinman, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word. Carmen Puckett, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Jordan Roberts, Career Readiness Certificate, Silver. Alex Rocha, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word. Kinsey Rossi, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Sarah Simmons, OSHA 10.
I get it.
Laura Spencer, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel and Word. Chantal Prescott, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Monica Thompson, Infant and Child CPR. Emma Threlkill, Specialist, Word. Hudson Packer, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Sophia Packer, Microsoft Office Specialist Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. David Valdinos, OSHA 10. Toby Watkins, OSHA 10. Tony Whitman, Microsoft Office Specialist, Word. All right, one more round of applause for our